God damn it, you guys. Why, oh why am I like this? What is up guys, this is Cobb, and today's video was supposed to be a video where we literally clear our way through just a million progress missions for Romantu. It was going to be a dopamine avalanche, and instead it's a video focusing on dumb mistakes because I went ahead and committed an absolute cardinal sin, which is not reading ahead in terms of missions. Mistake number one, man. Don't be like me. Mission that we're stuck on right now, beat the Doom Tower boss on the 40th floor of normal Doom Tower. I'm thinking to myself, no problem, I can easily beat the 40th floor boss of Doom Tower, man. Whatever, dude, I'm already on floor 60, you know what I'm saying? Yeah, on hard Doom Tower. On normal, I haven't done a goddamn thing, making it just today's entire premise of what was going to be today's video completely ruined. And now, because I didn't read ahead on this mission, the soonest I can progress on this mission, like if I clear all of the hard Doom Tower floors, then go back to normal, it's like the 30th of January. So this one mistake has cost me like 10 days of mission progress for no reason other than my own stupidity for my Romantu mission progress. And so reading ahead with your missions, reading ahead with your challenges and stuff like that on your account has got to be mistake number one, because it's a mistake that I've just made. A big mission that's going to trip a hell of a lot of people up when it comes to their Romantu missions as well is having 3 of your great whole progress nodes, or stat nodes, in this case accuracy for me, leveled up to rank 10. And so that's another huge one to be prepared for on your own account as well. Make sure that you focus 3 nodes. I'd highly recommend it's the 3 accuracy nodes. Other missions can include things like ascending champions, or ascend a spirit champion to rank 6 of ascension is one of the later missions in the Avatar series. Make sure you're ready for that one. Fusing champions and stuff like that. It really pays just to read ahead with your missions, and I'd even recommend scroll all the way to the very end of the current mission chapters that you're on, and just check that there's not something at the end that's going to completely screw you over. For example, beat the Doom Tower boss on the 80th floor on normal right here. Could give me a huge kick in the nuts, but now I'm ready for it. I'm not going to make that mistake again. Next up, man, we've got building the wrong champions on your account. You know who isn't a wrong champion? Well, Karato Fox Hunter, of course. If you're looking to start off a new raid account in 2025, make sure to go ahead and use my beginner promo link, which is down below at the top of the video description box, to get yourself a free legendary in the form of Karato Fox Hunter, as well as a bunch of free epic champions as you're leveling up your account. Just the best beginner promo link going. And all you got to do is create your new account using that beginner link down below, man, for the best start possible. Alright, man, back to the bloopers. By the way, feel free to chime in with any mistakes that you feel like I miss in this video. I'm going to try and cover 5 mistakes that kind of apply to everybody, or as many players as possible, whether you are a veteran or a beginner. And so, yeah, that's how we're coming at this. I'm actually just switching over to my free-to-play account for this mistake. Ooh, look at this level 60 pack, dude. We just hit account level 60. Raid trying to tempt me, man. They're trying to make me sin on the free-to-play account. Just get that goddamn pack off of my gosh darn screen. So yeah, maxing up the wrong champion, it could be a huge pain. This is a little bit more of an early game style tip, but frankly, when it comes to building your next level 60 champions, there are a couple of conditions that you want to make sure that you are meeting. One of those is make sure that you are leveling up champions to level 6 that are filling a gap in your roster. They have to be doing something unique for you on your account, which is why I'm not going to be leveling up Stock the Broken anytime soon. I level him up eventually. He's an amazing champion. Poisons, he brings like heal over time as well, poison activation, as well as the continuous heal here on the A2 rather. Great champion. No doubt that I'm going to be building him out eventually, but I've already got a Dracomorph applying all kinds of poisons. I've already got a Farrakhan applying all kinds of poisons and HP burns on his A2, so he's doing that job as well. We've already got the Kale bringing all kinds of AoE damage and more poisons on his A3, and I'm starting to use the Kale just a little bit less at this point on this free-to-play account, but point is, I've got plenty of poison damage. Stock is going to be amazing for future use as a poison activator, but he's not mega high priority to fill like a big gap in my roster of level 60 champions at this time. Rule number 2, make sure that you've actually got the resources to fully build out a champion before taking them up to level 60. And I'm not just talking about artifacts, man. With legendary champions on a free-to-play account, legendary skill books are a huge concern, and Stock needs more than most legendaries, I feel, in like the modern game. And it's not just that, but Stock is quite ineffective without skill books. Both his A2 and his A3 are 5 turn cooldowns without legendary skill books, and yeah. He also has lower land rate on his poisons and all of that stuff as well if he's not fully booked up. And so unless stock is fully booked up, he's kind of half a champion, which is really not ideal, right? My legendary skill books are still going to other high priority champions that I plan on using, like Staltus, in a lot of different areas of the game. So what champions am I actually building up next on this free-to-play account? I'm going to go ahead and build up Alice the Wanderer. Why? She's a nuker, means that she's going to be useful basically everywhere in the game. She's not like some kind of specialist champion. She will eventually become something of a arena specialist on this account, I think, just because of how our kit is built out. But she's also pretty good without the skill books, man. Her passive has the active effect of resets the cooldown of one of this champion's skills each time they kill an enemy. Pretty good. It means that she just gets lower cooldowns on her skills overall, kind of like, well, yeah, like without having to use any skill books into Alice the Wanderer. She's going to be solid without them for a long, long time. Other champions that I'm actually building up are to fill niches in the roster. Armiger is going to be going up to level 60 at some point in the next, like, 3 weeks or something on this account. Why? He brings all kinds of 10 meter decrease on his AR1. This is not something I have a lot of on this account. Armiger and my Staltus are really the only two champions, and I guess Ruella, that have any kind of 10 meter decrease built into their kit. And frankly, I want to progress in Doom Tower. Scarab King is an extremely painful boss to get past for the first time on any new account in the Doom Tower. And for that, we need all kinds of 10 meter control. What else do we need? We need permanent uptime shields. So I'm planning ahead like a month in terms of Doom Tower progression to make sure that I can clear it and get some decent progress and get some decent rewards from the next Doom Tower cycle. Metal Shaper is a champion I'm going to be taking up to level 50 before the next Doom Tower cycle, because he's going to provide us with those 100% uptime shields, which are so crucial against Scarab King. So I'm just trying to be as tactical as I can with what champions I rank up next, but in particular, just try and fill gaps in your roster and make sure that you actually have the skill books required. Not just the artifacts, but the skill books to actually get the most out of a champion. Mistake number 3, man. Logging off while you still have keys ready to spend. Okay, this can get a little bit OCD. You gotta be careful, man. This is how raid can become like a little bit addictive. Like, oh my god, man, I can't go to bed yet. I still got classic arena tokens to spend. You know what I'm saying? So you have to be a bit careful with this one, man. But things like arena keys, things like faction wars in particular, even if you're only able to farm like the lower levels of faction wars, like I am right here on the free-to-play account with my Orcs faction, just get it done. Why? Every little resource helps way more than you think in Raid Shadow Legends, man. Whether it's lower level faction wars or just using your silver keys to farm whatever of like the highest level of Doom Tower bosses that you can possibly farm, even if it's just getting you crappy crafting supplies, it's better than nothing. And when a clan versus clan tournament begins and it's time to forge some crappy gear in your forge, right? You can just farm like the weakest quality version of resilience gear in your forge during a CVC, sell all that gear off. As you're forging it, you're getting all kinds of free clan versus clan points, and by selling off the gear, you're earning all kinds of silver as well. And honestly, dude, man, I don't know what my power level is in this clan compared to other clan members. I'm at like 728k, so this is like a representation of how strong my account is in the clan, right? What are we looking at in this clan? 1 million, 1.5 million, 800k, 800k, blah, blah, blah. So I'm around like the middle to maybe like, I'm around like the middle, I guess, in terms of player power in this clan. I finished like top in CVC points in this clan that I'm in, and on my free-to-play account. Every single time there's a CVC, man. No problem. And a big part of that is because I'm so ready to just abuse the hell out of the forge every time a CVC starts. Like, I'm very low on supplies in the forge right now because we just had a personal rewards CVC, but I did so much crafting in this forge, man, and it's so many free points. Just make sure that you're spending everything, even if it seems like the like the rewards and not worth your time. Believe me, they are, and every little does help. Speaking of which, progression rewards? Oh my god, okay, we reached level 16, that just gets us a sacred shard. Dude! Oh my god! Dude, I love progression rewards, man. Are you kidding me? Man, we are so ready for next month's fusion now, by the way. Ooh, more on that in just a little bit, though. Oh, in fact, that's actually the next tip or mistake that I've got written down in my notes, so never mind, more about that right now. Always be thinking about next month's fusion on your account. I can't tell you, man, how many like fusion plan and fusion calendar videos that I've made on this channel where I talk about a current ongoing fusion like Mad Hatter and all of the resources that you're going to need in order to get this fusion done and blah 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 blah. And I swear to God, there's always like 1/5 of the comments that are talking about, oh my god man, you need so many resources to get a fusion done, man. It's just impossible. Like, there's no way I can ever get this done. I'm like, dude, you know what? You're right. It does take a lot of resources. It does take a lot of planning. It takes a lot of effort. How are you supposed to get the shards all saved up? And you need like 1,000 gems in the bank or more, you know, to get through a fusion safely. You're going to need to be spending about 45 million silver over the course of a fusion as well in order to get through all of the artifact enhancement events. How are you possibly going to get all these resources together? It's by planning like 2 or 3 weeks in advance. I'm skipping the current Mad Hatter fusion on this free-to-play account. I was thinking about the February fusion at the end of December, dude. Because I was like, you know what? By the time that February rolls along, it's not going to be a mixed fusion, right? We're not going to be collecting epic champions or rare champions and then fusing those together and then ascending those, then fusing and then eventually fusing the legendary. No. The February fusion, we are due for a fragment fusion, meaning I'm not going to need any potions like void potions to ascend up a Sabbather, for example, to get this fusion done. Fragment fusions are just a little bit easier, in my view at least, for free-to-play accounts to get through because you don't have to worry about like training up all of these fusion component champions. You're just collecting fragments for the legendary. And by the way, fragment fusion events are so much better to get done on the likes of a free-to-play account because you can hold on to the fragments for as long as you want. You don't have to fuse the legendary champion that you're getting straight away. You can hold on to those 100 fragments and you can wait for there to be a CVC. Fuse the champion then, get all kinds of free CVC points, or you can wait for a champion chase tournament and likewise fuse the champion then and get all kinds of free points that way as well. You can even hold on to that champion for next month's fusion and use it during the champion chase for next month's fusion to get free points that way. You know what I'm saying? So that's how much you gotta be planning ahead, and you might think, oh, well, that's just way too much effort. That's way too much effort. But as soon as you know what you need to save up for a fusion event, it's not that tough then to start thinking, you know what, there's all these events going on right now and there's all these shard pulling events going on right now. I already know that I'm going to skip all of them in advance, and my mission over the next couple of weeks is going to be to save up silver, and is going to be to farm up food champions so that I'm ready for like champion training tournaments in the future and stuff like that. And then it's not that hard. All you got to do then is save just save up 5 sacred shards. About 50 ancient shards will usually get you through a fusion as well. Sometimes you need more if there's not a 2x for ancient shards, so you got to be a little bit careful of that. Like 70 or 80 ancient shards will get you through much more safely. Another top tip is to save up as many mystery shards as you possibly can. I swear to God, dude, I can't tell you how many account takeovers I've done of like newer or even intermediate players in Raid Shadow Legends that don't have many mystery shards saved up. What I want you to do is every single time your market refreshes, check this son of a gun and always buy the green shards from the market, man. You want to save as many of these green mystery shards as possible. Why? Every 500 mystery shards you collect is the equivalent of 1 sacred shard in terms of points in a summon rush event, okay? And so mystery shards are just like a cheat code to kind of wiggle your way through champion chase tournaments and summon rush events if you are running low on ancients or sacreds, right? Mystery shards are like the secret hidden MVP, especially for free-to-play players, for getting through those events in a fusion. So save those up. If you're ever skipping a fusion event, use that time to prepare for the next fusion, and yeah, you can't go far wrong, man. It's going to be great. I really hope that next month's fusion is going to be a good one and that I've saved all these shards up with good reason. Otherwise, I'm just not gonna, I just won't do that fusion either, and I'll save for the next month, you know, and that's how we're gonna handle it on the free-to-play account. And mistake number 5 that holds people back is just badly geared champions. I've done in like multiple entire videos talk about how to gear up your nukers, how to gear up every champion type in Raid Shadow Legends. I'll put 1 or 2 of them down below in the video description box if you want to check those out. But some ground rules for gearing up champs in Raid. Rule number 1 is that speed is the king of all stats, and even my happy little apothecary over here is just built to be as fast as possible. He doesn't need accuracy, right? He doesn't give a damn about that. I just want him to be as quick as hell, so he's sitting at 256 speed in total down here, as you can see, and his only job is to just massively bolster the speed of everybody else on the team and be filling their turn meter as much as possible, and making sure that I go first in things like arena and stuff like that, right? Speed is king in Raid Shadow Legends. Next up, man, champion accuracy. We'll use Ruella as the example for this one. Accuracy, man, is required to land any effect on the enemy that is not damage. So that's as far as you need to know for understanding the accuracy stat. And how much accuracy do you need? Well, you need 10 accuracy for every dungeon stage that you are clearing. If you're clearing stage 10 of Dragon, you need 100 accuracy on your poisoners and your debuffers and stuff like that. If you're clearing stage 20 of Dragon, you need 200 accuracy or more on your debuffers and stuff like that. Next up, man, building out your nukers. I'm going to use Staltus as an example for this one because right now, at least, I'm using him purely as a damage dealer, almost purely as a damage dealer. Every single nuker in this game, meaning your big heavy hitter damage dealers, needs to be built out with 100% crit rate, which we've managed to do perfectly on our Staltus down here with plus 85%, 15%, exactly 100% crit rate, which is perfect. And once you have 100% crit rate, and as long as you've got the accuracy required, you know, if your nuker needs accuracy, then crit damage becomes your most important stat, as you can see on Staltus's very, very beautiful gloves here that he currently has equipped. And while it's still important for your nukers to be relatively fast, they're still going to be like okay in terms of speed. It's totally fine, if not encouraged, for them to probably be the slowest champions on most of your teams. And finally, ground rule, I suppose number 4, is that percentage stats are always more valuable than flat stats on your gear, right? This goes for both these substats on your gear. For example, Ruella's gloves here, you've got some attack percentage and a little bit of HP percentage. These are always going to be better than the likes of the flat HP on these gloves. Rolling multiple times into flat stats for your secondary stats when you're upgrading your gear is an absolute disaster and can result in a piece of gear going from potentially pretty good if it gets a bunch of speed rolls and percentage stat rolls and stuff like that to being an absolute piece of garbage if you're not careful. It also goes for the main stat on gear as well. As you can see on Ruella's chest, attack percentage is the main stat on the chest, is kind of like the standard for most damage dealers, whereas support style champs and stuff like that are going to be more looking at defense percentage or HP percentage. And back on the main account, would you know it, the good old market has gone and refreshed. Let me go ahead and pick up those happy little mystery shards, which puts us at nearly 2,000 mystery shards on this main account, man. Yeah, those are all of the sort of tips and mistakes. The mission one especially bumming me out today, dude. It turns out that even after almost a year of playing Raid Shadow Legends, I'm still not immune to making some of these screw-ups myself, so there you have it, man. Once again, make sure to plop down any mistakes that you feel like I missed in the comments below, man, to help your brothers out. And remember, if you're looking to start off a new raid account in 2025, make sure to use my beginner promo link, which is down below at the top of the video description box. Simply hit that link and use it to create your new raid account, and you're going to get yourself all kinds of free champs, including a free starter legendary. An unbelievable time to start playing Raid Shadow Legends, by the way, on a fresh new account with Alice as the login reward champion. Unreal stuff. Alright, thanks for watching, guys. Hope you all did enjoy, and I'm going to catch all of you all just a tad bit later, man.